How is this episode 1 and you start with 264,000 coins on an ironman? How would that work? Well, if you look at my channel history, I have an episode 0 up, which was recorded about 6 months ago mostly, so I decided to put it out as an episode 0 because it doesn't really align with my vision for the account right now. I talk a lot about going for pets, about going for ranks, and none of that is really interesting for me anymore, partially because the combat achievements are out, but also because I've changed as a person. So that's why it's episode 0, just to not have the stuff I say in that video interfere too much with the continuity. But yeah, I was playing my main earlier because currently my ironman is a side thing I do, and I was doing some Hallowed Sepulchre grinds, I was doing some construction grinds, I got properly sweaty, and then I went and took a shower. And while I was in the shower, I realized I can do Fallen Stars. Now, I don't really have enough construction on this account to get the best telescope. However, on my main I have a decent construction level, and I can use that to basically scout for Fallen Stars without having to join a CC or having to use the RuneLight plugin. Now, before I actually do Fallen Stars, I do want to get 40 mining. That's because it will allow me to use the rune pickaxe, and it will also allow me to mine larger stars. And it should only really be 2 or 3 stars, or maybe just 1 star, before I can get the ring, which is going to be my main goal with the Fallen Stars, because that ring is going to be the perpetual thing I'm gonna be using to basically make mining better for the entire duration of the account. And I'm pretty much 14 mining right now. I just need to mine 1 more rock. And this means I can try to do the below Ice Mountain mining method. I don't actually know if that's gonna be feasible. I think it will be, I think it should be. I have to do some questing, which I'm not really looking forward to. But before I get to any of the questing, I'm just gonna buy my pickaxes. So what I think I'm gonna do, since you can just do all the quests without gaining any hit points experience, is just go to Lumbridge and do some starter quests, and then do Romeo and Juliet, and I should be most of the way there, if not there, to 16 quest points, because right now I have 4 quest points because I did 3D ritual, and that should be enough to carry me to a relatively decent position, because below the Ice Mountain requires 16 quest points, and you don't actually gain any hit points experience from that, which we still want to avoid because we're doing Winter Toad. I think I could actually afford to have 17 hit points or something. I don't exactly know how the math works out, but still, there's no real good reason to just go and get hit points XP, because who knows, maybe it's somehow inferior for Winter Toad, and I don't really want to put my neck on the line, because I just want to have some nice chill AFK fire making XP before I manage to gain any hit points XP, if that makes sense. It might just be a personal preference thing, but I would prefer to complete Winter Toad with 10 HP. I'm just gonna go into starter quests. I'm gonna do X Marks the Spot, and Cook's Assistant, and Restless Spirit, and whatever other quests in that area, and it should be a fun time. I don't like how when you enable the vertical camera, the game kinda just plays itself vertically. You always kinda just want to use the vertical view, and it looks ugly, but it's just kinda intuitive for most things. Anyway, that aside, we have all the materials for the Cook's Assistant quest. So now I'm gonna go shear some sheep for the sheep shearer. Yeah, that's a tongue twister. Now I could just spacebar through the Cook's Assistant and it won't take that much time, but I kinda want to actually go through the quests and read the dialogue, because on my main I just kinda speedrun the quests as much as I could. So since I have a new account and a new shot, I can just enjoy the dialogue, enjoy the gameplay, and actually appreciate quests. So I don't think I'm actually going to be recording quest ends as much as I'll be just recording random tidbits from quests that I find interesting. I think that's what I'm gonna do for this series. I'm just doing the Restless Ghost, and the ghost peak amulet is actually really cool. I never actually took a look at it, but I saw that it's a skull, of course. I've had this item on my main for fucking years, and I've never looked at it. Thinking about that does sound kinda sad. I've been playing this game for 3.5 years or something at this point, maybe even 4 years, and I've never just looked at something so essential as a ghost pick amulet. And I guess it's kind of sad in a way. I mean, I'm not gonna deny that, but it's just kind of the way I've played. Like on my main, I've always had my goal set to maxing pretty much, and everything else has always been like incredibly secondary. But I'm really enjoying having a chance to start over and do things again. It's nice. So I have this beginner clue because I just finished X marks the spot, and this means that I won't ever get a beginner clue again. I'm just gonna keep this in the bank, and it's just gonna stay there and prevent any future beginner clues from appearing. I don't like doing beginner clues, and they don't have anything I would want in them. They're not even like easy clues or whatever that have like cool cosmetic items, because I honestly can't really bring myself to care about any of the beginner clue cosmetics. But yeah, at least we got that out of the way. That's never gonna come up again. And we have an antique lamp. Should we put it in herbal or prayer? I think I'm just gonna put it in herbal. Let's just be smart. And yeah, that's some XP. So I was like, hey, let's try to do quests on my own. Let's not use a guide. And now I'm doing mystery and mystery, and I'm just using a guide. Like, in all honesty, I'm really bad at mysteries and like puzzles and stuff. So it just kind of makes sense for me to look up the solutions, to not spend like 5 million hours here. Honestly, I was never willing to give quests like a proper chance before. I always tried to avoid them as much as possible, and it always resulted in me burning out really fast whenever I had to do quests. But like now that I'm like paying some attention and trying to actually engage with the quests, it's burning me out a lot less. Like I'm still tired, I'm not really enjoying the process like to a great extent, but it's not really like tedious in the same way it used to be. And my 16 quest point quote unquote grind is done. And yeah, I'm finally in Camdesel. I actually haven't ever gone into this city. Like I just finished the Blue Ice Mountain to get my quest cape the last time, and I just never went any further. So this is actually new for me, like entirely. And I know there's a mining method somewhere here, and I know it's like incredibly mediocre XP. Okay, I think this is the place where you mine. Yep. Is there a bank chest here, or a bank in general? Yeah, there's a bank there. Yeah, so I actually had a lot of fun questing today. I've been playing for basically the whole day, which is where, I like to be. I really enjoy the game, and as a person, I tend to be incredibly low energy. So when I have something like this that like really motivates me to keep going and keep doing something, like it doesn't really matter what it is. It's always better than like how I feel way too often, which is just like doing nothing, I guess. But yeah, I'm just gonna mine here for a while, look at what the XP rates are, and see if I can get the hammer, because really I'm just here for the hammer. Like the XP is very secondary to me. Although, getting 40 will be nice, and I fully expect to get 40 before I get the hammer pieces, or however that works. So yeah, I'm just gonna start chipping away at this grind. So I got 19 mining, and I got a bunch of these Paranite deposits, but it turns out that I can't actually use them until I get 14 smithing, which pretty much means that we have to do the night sword, because I really don't want to grind out smithing normally. So yeah, I AFK'd here while I was cooking and eating, and I'm 23 mining now, and almost ready to go do the night sword. So I did some cooking, I went to the wilderness, got some iron bars, got some pie, got some pastry dough. I made myself 5 fucking chances to fail, because I've seen a bunch of other people get like really fucked over by the red berry pies on their YouTube videos. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make 5 just in case, and hopefully I don't burn any of them. If I burn the first one, that's a big deal. If I burn the 5th one, that's kind of a big deal, but it won't really matter either way. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and then after that I'll do the actual quest, including getting the blue right, which is a fucking pain on a low level account, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, I burned the first one. Let's see if I burn the second one. Oh, if you're wondering what method I use for cooking, I just went to the Port Sarim shops. Yep, red berry pie, nice. Anyway, I just went to the Port Sarim shops, I cooked some chicken, cooked some beef, And then I figured out that sardines are actually way better, so then I went and cooked some sardines because, easy XP. So I progressed the quest enough that I can go get some blue-right. What's my best defensive prayer? I guess this is the best defensive prayer I have. And let's try to outrun everything and out-eat everything and get the door. I remember dying a lot here with my main, but hopefully I'm better now and I'm not gonna die. Let's see. So I saved spotted the Ice Warrior, I got my blue right, then I got the second blue right for a diary, and I'm getting it right now. And yeah, now I'm just gonna run and eat and hopefully not die. Okay, nice. And I should be clear to finish the quest now. It wasn't that tedious. I expected it to actually take more time. Like, I was like, yeah, it's probably gonna take like an hour. And it took like an hour, that's fair. But it wasn't like an hour, it was like as painful as I thought it would be. So that's nice, I guess. But yeah, time to go finish the quest and actually use my baronite. So yeah, I have no clue about what Team Kanda hammer drop rate is. I'm gonna guess like 1 in 256 from the rates I've seen people get. I'm really not sure, I told him. But yeah, I'm just gonna use my baronite deposits. Probably not get anything. I'll report back if I do them. So I used all my 60-ish baronite deposits. I got an ancient ledger, which is gonna be 1 kudo, which means that that's gonna be some grind that I can skip later, like some mini quests or whatever, which is always nice. But yeah, I'm happy about that. Just gonna keep grinding and hope to not get too screwed over. So what's next for me? I mean, after the hammer and the ring and the 99 fire making, what am I gonna do? My current thought is I want to go for a Kingdom Divided as like a broader goal, because I have not done that quest on my main yet, and I don't really have any reason to do it on my main, but it seems like a fairly decent intermediate goal on Iron, so I think that's where I'm gonna set my sights to next, and that's what I'm gonna start progressing on basically the moment I run out of mining goals and fire making goals. I now have enough shards to buy a boost, and I think I'll just take a mining boost. I think that'll be the more useful one. And I just have the luck boost to go now. And after that, the only baronite shard usage that's relevant to me at all is going to be the hammer. But I'm still waiting for that one. I was just minding my own business and we got a clue scroll. And we can actually do this one. Now, the thing with clue scrolls is, as I said before, I don't really enjoy doing them, and if it was my main, I would simply drop it because easy clues are just not worth doing. However, since it's an ironman, we can get some important things from easy clues, which are god, book pages, blessings, and there are some other things that might be useful, like alkables, but easy clues don't really have them. But the thing I really want specifically from easy clues is the ham joint, because the ham joint is going to be really nice for some specific uses later, and if you don't get the ham joint, you have to go specifically grind out some other free tick melee weapons, which I don't really feel like doing if I can avoid them, but a ham joint isn't really likely, so I'm not gonna expect anything. So I got the second step of my clue, and this requires a hard leather body and leather chaps, which I'm going to have to craft myself, because there aren't any shops that sell them that I have access to. Furthermore, I have to get 10 defense. Now, this should not be a problem, because I can get up to 12 HP without it being like an issue from the calculations I ran before, and honestly that's kind of worth it for doing a clue, because I kind of have a compulsion to do every single clue I can do. But yeah, now I'm gonna go and train some crafting. I have to get up to 20, and I think the best way to do that is just glass blowing without super glass make. Even though it's not really good or efficient, it should be fine enough for just a few levels, and it will allow me to get like a better grasp on that method, I guess. So I'm gonna go try that out, because I'm an Iron Man, by the way, so I have to do stuff like that. And I have a bunch of gems from Winter Todd, which should be a nice bonus to my XP rates and should prevent like a needlessly immense grind. So I spent a while doing charter ship hopping, banking, whatever, and it's really not worth it for me personally. and because it's not really worth it, I'm just gonna use everything I have banked and see how far that can get me. Now, I'm not expecting to be able to get anywhere near my actual goal, but it would be nice to see how far I can get, and then I can make an educated decision about whether or not I should actually go for the hard leather body, which is gonna be like somewhat of a tough thing to go for anyway. I've been doing some crafting and I'm still on the fence about it, like I genuinely don't know if I want to do it or not. But since I'm on the fence, I might as well go get 10 defense and also kill some cows in the process. And that should give me enough leather for the items, and also that leather should be a bunch of crafting XP, which is gonna be really useful for its, crafting XP. Don't commit to a grind when you're sleep deprived. I just learned that a hard leather body takes 28 crafting to make. I had been operating under the assumption that it takes 38 crafting to make. I am very close to 28, so if I just did leather and didn't really worry too much about the fucking molten glass, I might already have had the level requirement to wear the hard leather body and also the crafting level to actually fucking craft the hard leather body. But yeah, is how it is. Learn from your mistakes. I should have gone to sleep around 3 hours ago, or 2 hours ago, but whatever, let's just finish this clue scroll, hopefully today, and then I can actually go to sleep. I got myself 10 defense, I'm still squarely under 13 hit points, and now all I have to do is get those final few crafting levels, and at that point I can just be at peace. Now, I obviously miscalculated. I don't have enough crafting XP, but it should be fine. There should be a quest I could do real quick for some decent XP. Yeah, I can do murder mystery, and that should get me to 27, and then I have a bunch of emeralds, which should get me to 28, which should get me to the fucking clue. Did murder mystery, got a few emeralds, and now we have 28 crafting. So, one of the hard leather, I need my bronze axe. Let's make the final piece I need for this clue. Okay, no, that's the beginner clue, not the easy clue. This is the easy clue. Okay, where do I go? Lumberyard, okay. I went to the Sears village, all the way across the White Wolf Mountain. I was just there. I had to come back to do the clue. Now I have to go back there again. Shouts out to Seibei for a podcast I can listen to. One more step. At least this one is close, and that should be the final one guaranteed. There's absolutely no reward that could make the clue worth it, at this point. Maybe if I got a team cape and a fucking ham joint and a fucking Sammy page at once, that might be fucking worth it. The moment of truth. How badly did I fuck up by not going to sleep? This wasn't even worth opening. So I just logged in and I saw that group Ironman is out. So people who are friends who play RuneScape are probably having a really nice time right now. In an ideal world, I would be currently on the Steam client, enjoying the frame rate, enjoying the extra features that, post-update RuneLite doesn't have. But there's the problem where it's a Steam account, and it's tied to my main, and I couldn't play my ironman on it if I tried. I mean, there are some other pressing issues with the Steam client that would make it relatively unusable for me long-term anyway right now. But I can't see myself ever switching to the C++ client unless they just completely remove it from being tied to Steam in any way. It's kind of inconvenient to use Steam in the first place. I would rather just have to download the client on my PC. But then adding onto the whole layer of account integration, it just gets too much for me, especially because my Steam account security isn't perfect because I made that account when I was fucking 8 years old or something. I got a second Chemdesel unique, and yeah, it's one more kudo. So I got enough shards to buy the luck upgrade. And yeah. So what am I gonna do next with my shards? Well, first of all, I want to save up the 1350 shards that I need to repair the Hammer in the future. But after I get that, I'll just use every additional 1000 shards to get the 1 hour boost. Because really, I just want to get him Hammer. I was so fucking reclined, like I was literally leaning back on my chair. And what do I see? Team Hammer, long grind over on the Ironman. And let's see if I can fix it. Yes! 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 Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah, so this is a wieldable hammer, which is useful for smithing, construction, maybe something else, I don't even know. But yeah, I'm super happy I got this, because now I never have to be here again. Now, I'm not quite 41 mining, which is a surprise to me. Like, I got close enough, I guess, but I did expect this to take like a bit longer. But I'm happy I have the hammer now, and I guess this means I'm gonna spend some time in the Dwarven mine or the Motherlode mine. I think I'm probably just gonna go to the Motherlode mine, get some levels, get some pay dirt, and once I hit 41, I'm gonna go do some fucking Fallen Stars for the first time in my life. Yeah, I'm so fucking excited. Here's a hidden secret use for the Imkanda hammer. If your attack level isn't high enough to wield your highest tier pickaxe, and you're at Motherlode mine, and you want the hammer to fix the water wheels, you can just equip your Imkanda hammer and waste no inventory spaces on a fucking on a hammer normally. Yeah, this is big brain strats. And I got myself the 41 mining. My stats are actually looking really good right now for how much I played the account. But yeah, now I'm gonna log onto my main and try to figure out how I do the fucking shooting stars, whatever thing I do on there. And then hopefully I'll be mining a star, all comfy, all AFK, and the signet should be coming soon. So yeah, I'm on my main, and all the stars are basically coming in 1 hour and 45 minutes. Now, I don't really have anything else I wanna do, so I'm probably gonna like grind my main or play some Final Fantasy or whatever, maybe just lay down and wait until the next stars are out. I might look around at like the C-Season plugins on my Iron real quick, but I don't know how far they'll go. But anyway, these are my main stats. I'm a very professional gamer, as you all know. Yeah, I wanna see the state of the fucking shooting stars. So I slept for a few hours, but I woke up basically just when the next cycle started. Then I saw that the shooting star was falling in Ascaria. I found it, but it was in one of the locations I can't really get to. So I'm gonna keep looking, and hopefully I'll find the stars I can actually mine. So since any of the stars weren't like actively falling, I decided to just use the plugin, and here's a crashed star. So I'm just gonna AFK it, I guess, or semi-AFK it. Should last for a few minutes at least. So I've just been mining this star. It's incredibly AFK, and I've been getting stardust. It's not optimal to do this with other people, at least for me, because that means the vast majority of the star is going to be mined by someone else. But that's fine, and I'm actually enjoying it here. I can just do absolutely anything I want, and I don't actually have to play the game, which is nice. But I'm definitely thinking about going for the Golden Prospector set at some point. Like, it's not something that I really want that heavily, but it would be a cool thing to unlock once I get the Prospector's outfit on its own. So I got around 300 Stardust, and I had to find something else to do. Now, since I don't want to gain hit points XP, and I kinda want to have games necklaces, I made a quote-unquote splashing set. It can't really splash properly, because I can't get to minus 64 no matter what I try, but I got to level 7 magic without getting too many hit points experience. My next big obstacle is being able to turn these gold ores into gold bars. Now, I have the coal, and this should give me a decent amount of XP eventually, but I need to use it on something, so I'll figure out how to get some smithing XP. I'm already 35 from Night Sword and some Baronite, so it shouldn't be too much of a grind. I scouted a bunch of shooting stars. This was the only one that's in a location I could do, in a world I can actually go on, and it's also been mined by 2 people. Although in this case I didn't really mind because it's a level 6 star, or at least it was at the start. Now it's a level 5 star, so I still need to wait a bit until I can actually start mining it. It won't be that much stardust because I'm sharing it with 2 other people who both have higher levels, and I mean, I guess neither of them have better gear than I do, but both of them have higher levels than me, so I'm not really expecting to get that much stardust, but it's still significant progress, I guess. So with those 2 stars combined, I am about halfway to my signet goal, which is nice. Now the next wave of fallen stars is gonna happen in about an hour, so I'm just gonna spend a bit of time doing motherlode mine because earlier I mined out some iron ore, and now I need to have a proportional amount of coal. I'm halfway there on that front too, so that should only take like maybe an hour, which will get me ready for the next wave of stars. So it all is kind of lining up perfectly. I finally have the 2000 stardust. All my distractions and diversions end up here, so where do we exchange them? With this guy, I think. Hello? Okay, shooting stars, stardust string. Please, give me. Or celestial ring, whatever. And yeah, this is going to be the best in slot ring for mining until I get the signet version. I think I misspoke earlier and said we were grinding for a signet, but now we're grinding for the ring. And this is gonna make all mining marginally better. It's not like a big deal or anything. It's just kind of a nice thing to have on the account. And it's funny that we now have 2 things that my main doesn't on the account, because my main doesn't have this ring, and my main also doesn't have the hammer. So yeah, that's a neat detail. But yeah, anyway, I'm now gonna finish off the smithing, and that should finish off the episode. So I turned all of my iron into steel bars, and the highest bar count item I can make is the steel full helm. And since this takes 2 bars, and I have the Incanto hammer, which means I have an even amount of inventory spaces. Oh, it's so nice to get an extra helm every trip. It was completely worth it. Absolutely incredibly worth it. I mean, strictly speaking, I don't I need the hammer, but it's gonna be really nice for things like temperas too, so yeah, and there are edge cases like this always with like smithing and construction, which I really enjoy. Da-dun, 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 dun, 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 dun. Yeah, level 40 smithing. I know I was being dramatic about that, but you know, got the level. If I didn't miss anything, we should now be able to make a games necklace, which is going to be very useful. Let's see, if I now use the gold bar on the furnace, we can make the sapphire necklace, and then we can cast level 1 enchant, and we have the games necklace. Nice. I'm gonna make 9 more because, you know, they're always useful. But this is a really good feeling. I'm really happy to have games necklaces. If you're wondering where did I get the cosmic runes from, there's a shop in the wilderness that's really easily accessible that stocks 20 cosmic runes. It's basically right next to where the wilderness lever leads you. And yeah, you can get cosmic runes from there like really early on in an account. So what's the use of games necklaces anyway? Well, you can use them to teleport, and you can go back to Wintertoad. But yeah, I actually really have to go to sleep now. I am gonna be sleep deprived 2 days in a row. But we accomplished so much. We got the Incanto hammer, we got the games necklaces, we got a clue done, we got the elven or celestial ring. It's peachy. Everything's peachy. Nice.